First of all, we'd just like to say that we completely understand that you're all very disappointed with the way the grand final turned out, and believe me, none more so than us. This was certainly not something we had anticipated, and we were particularly saddened because we had worked so hard to bring you guys the epic final that you all deserved. Now, we weren't planning on responding any further as we felt we clearly laid out the reasons why we made the decisions we made, because as much as we tried to be flexible, it was always important to never give preferential treatment, and this was always the point we tried to emphasize. Now, some people have accused us of being hypocrites with regards to the rules, but we want to make this abundantly clear to everyone that the rules we were flexible with applied to all teams. For example, with the time change requests, whenever a team asked us about it, we gave every team this concession, and this also applied with the legacy requirement. There was no preferential treatment. However, at no point throughout the competition did we ever agree for any team to change the day, and this is what Get Positive were asking for on the day. In fact, we refused many requests throughout this competition and our previous free world competition, so this was certainly nothing new and would have been completely unfair to everyone in this competition had we agreed for Get Positive alone on the final. Unlike other organisations, we had made a promise to the community and to our sponsors to release footage of the competition on a regular basis and as quickly as possible to keep everyone up to date, and this would certainly not have been possible had teams been able to arrange their own schedule. But anyways, now on to the main reason why we've made this video. We've always clamped down on cheating very heavily, but we've now discovered something far worse which led up to the events of that grand final: deliberate sabotage. Now, we had always suspected that something sinister had taken place on the day of the grand final, but we never thought someone would go to these lengths. A couple of days ago, someone from within the circle of Triple Rec approached us voluntarily because he felt that he couldn't hold something as horrible as this anymore, and told us about this plot to deliberately sabotage the grand final. Now, everyone that tuned into Triple Rec's live stream witnessed his last minute attempt to get players from the match when they were 3 versus 5 in the lobby, and were probably under the illusion that we forced Get Positive into this position. But with the evidence we're about to present to you, we will not only show you that they were able to get the players, but this was all a premeditated conspiracy to discredit this tournament and our reputation. Let's now take you back to the events of that unforgettable night. I myself was in the lobby with 3 players of Get Positive and Team SE. And in an effort to help Get Positive to avoid playing 3 versus 5, I suggested that 2 players who were close friends of Triple Rec and were very experienced in competitive Uncharted were available online right now, who were Squid and Baby Powder 123.
There's Squid's online. Why don't you ask Squid and Co?
Alright, let me ask him.
Or Baby Powder's on as well. Baby Powder hasn't actually played in the competition, so he can play for you as well.
What you can see right now is Triple Rec messaging Baby Powder and then shortly after messaging Squid to see if they're available. Now, the evidence I'm about to present to you now is a Skype conversation which took place between Baby Powder and Ajax from Get Positive just after Triple Rec had sent the message to Baby Powder which you just saw. So in this Skype conversation, Powder is Baby Powder 123 and One Lamb is Ajax. Powder: yo, what up? Ajax: yo, don't join. Powder: he asked me to play. Ajax: Daddy's trying to get us players, we're gonna fuck him. 3 versus 5 final, boycott this bullshit tourney. Powder: dude, let me play. Ajax: no. Do not fuck us. Powder: what's the point, we will lose either way. Ajax: we have a plan, plus this is more entertaining. Powder: he asked me to play. Ajax: do not play, say no. Powder: why though, I'm so confused. TW asked me to. Ajax: he wanted you to say no. Now, as we scroll a little bit down the conversation, Powder: yo, is this cause Bio got banned? Ajax: yeah. We're taking these coons down. And here you can specifically hear Ajax himself saying that Baby Powder can't play.
Baby Powder doesn't want to play.
Now, to confirm these shocking findings, I spoke to Baby Powder directly, and he confirmed that this conversation did take place. But I would just like to iterate that this conversation was sent by neither Baby Powder nor Ajax, but was sent by a third party who would prefer to stay anonymous for now. On top of that, it's clear that Baby Powder was certainly not involved to begin with. Now, as you can see, guys, the events that have transpired here are a heinous act of sabotage of the worst kind. And in our eyes, this is worse than any cheating or controversy we've ever witnessed in any of our competitions. Once BIG2KREW and co realised that they were not going to get what they wanted after conversing with Never Challenge from Team SE after their semi-final matchup, it's now clear beyond any doubt they had no intention of gathering the players which they could so easily have, but instead plotted and schemed to deceive everyone, and in addition have very selfishly and vindictively attempted to ruin the competition, not just for us, but for everyone that has taken part, and for all the eager spectators who had high anticipations of this matchup, fully knowing that they would be alleviated of any wrongdoing. And to make things even worse, this whole campaign of our character assassination through slander and abuse continued well after the competition, as you can see with BIG2KREW's latest video. Those of you who know us and have supported us from the beginning know that we have never engaged in these silly, unlucky or expose videos which have plagued our community. In fact, try to think of any moment when any of us here at BIG2 have ever engaged in any attack towards a community member or their projects. This is certainly not what we're about. Now, we did try to steer clear of all this unnecessary hatred regarding this topic through our silence, as it was beginning to have a negative effect on the community. But with this recent evidence, we felt compelled to release this, as no one should get away with this despicable behaviour. What's even more disturbing about all of this is that BIG2KREW is the Uncharted free game director on Frag Nation, but to be honest, in light of this condemning evidence, I'll be very surprised if the Frag Nation hierarchy let him keep his position. As you can see from the Skype conversation, there's a number of people included in that group. However, I would like to say that I hold no grudge or ill will on any of them, as it's now become very obvious that they, amongst others, are victims of what I can only describe as peer pressure and bullying tactics from those who hold positions of power over them, specifically through his authority at Frag Nation. This is certainly something we don't take lightly at all, and as a result, Team Get Positive have been disqualified from the competition and stripped of second place, and will take no further part in any of our future competitions. It's with great regret that we present this, because we are aware of the negative effects it will have, but we couldn't in good conscience let something as serious as this go unnoticed. We are really saddened that you, the community, have had to experience this, but there's certainly a lot of valuable lessons to be learned for everybody, including us. And our next step is to take on all your feedback, comments and suggestions, and look to improve our events and content for the future. We would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your support.